Hey guys, it's Vic at the Infinite Source /DFX, and today I want to give you a behind the scenes look at my Goku versus Naruto rap battle. Alright, so step one. For the writing process, I use my computer. I do it through Notepad. I used to use a notebook, and I would kind of have an instrumental playing and be walking around the room writing down lyrics as they came to me. But now I find it easier because there's a lot of research that goes into the writing process. I find it easier to have a Notepad tab open and then my internet tab open, so I can do some research, double check a fact or something. If it's a lyric that's off the top of my head, make sure that's really legit, and then run right back to it, pop over my notepad and write that idea. So when I'm writing, I guess another thing about that is I like to do one verse at a time in the order that it's done. I don't like to do one character, do both of their verses, and then switch to the next character and do both of theirs. I sometimes do that in recording, but as far as writing, I need to hear how it's all going to sound together. I guess what else can I tell you about the writing process? Sometimes it can take sometimes if I'm really I'm in the zone, I can bang out a whole episode in a couple of hours. And sometimes, one episode, getting through half of an episode can take me a week to try and write it. So it all varies, and what's funny is the biggest ones, my most successful ones, in terms of viewer count or exposure, whatever you want to say, those ones tend to be the ones that it just clicked and it came to me and I wrote it in one afternoon and then I put it up. But it just all depends. Okay, so step two is the recording of this episode. Actually, I didn't do it here. This is a new setup that I just put together. But the one I had before was exactly the same. And I used this microphone. This is a USB condenser mic. I don't need an audio interface, and I don't need anything special or fancy. I just plug it right into my computer, and I'm ready to go. Logic Pro picks it up, and GarageBand for that matter, and I'm just good to go. So I used that to record this episode. I think the audio turned out great. I like to use, obviously, some soundproofing, foam tiles here to absorb any extra echo and reverb that I don't want. So I'm going to switch over to a screenshot view so you can see what I do and what I'm looking at when I'm recording. Alright, so let's go and take a look at the recording and the mixing and mastering process. Now, I like to use Logic Pro. This is Logic Pro 10. And I started off using GarageBand when I first started the channel, but kind of as I went and as I grew, I needed more options, and Logic Pro provided me with kind of everything I need now. So maybe later on I'll end up moving to something else, but for right now, Logic Pro is great. All right, here we go. This is the basic screen, what it looks like. Here we've got Goku's verses right here up top, and then Naruto's. And then the announcer and instrumental, which was done by Sarubeats this time, and he did a great job. He sent me a bunch of beats for season 3, so you're going to be hearing a lot more from him as the season goes. But yeah, when I'm recording, I like to do it in one clean run. As you see, there's not part of the verse and then I come back and try to record the other part of the verse. I like to get it in one sweep, and then I'll do the ad-libs over that. So with both Goku and Naruto, there were double overlays just for the voice tones. I don't always do a double overlay, but for these characters I did. For Goku, the only effects that are on his, actually I thought I had a reverb, but I really don't. So there's really no effects on Goku. Naruto, I had a reverb, but it looks like I turned it off. So actually, there's no effects on either of them, but just kind of a voice echoing. So all natural this episode. To mix and master it normally takes me a few hours, maybe 2 to 3 hours, depending on if I'm really focused and in the zone. Sometimes it's harder. I have to do 2 hours one day and then come back and finish it the next day. But yeah, I mean, it's good to sleep on it anyway. I'll finish mixing and mastering a track and then wait until I've got some sleep, listen to it the next day with fresh ears, which is the same thing I do with the videos, or at least I try. Alright guys, so that's your behind the scenes look at the writing and recording process. Maybe later I'll do a video on the actual video editing process. I use iMovie and Final Cut, but I'll save that for another video. Today I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what goes into making a track. So hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something, and I will see you next time.